That probably just doesn't annoy Michael Jordan. That probably annoyed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It probably annoyed Magic Johnson.
The GOAT talk just got real messy. For years, people watched that cold tension between Michael Jordan and LeBron James simmer in quiet side eyes and sneaky comments. Now the truth is finally breaking through, and it turns out not only MJ, but almost every all-time legend from Magic to Pippen has their own issue with King James. The vibe has never been smooth, and it's finally clear why.
His career's not over. I just think that, why he's saying that, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that sells. Maybe he's taking the Donald Trump approach and trying to sell himself. I don't know.
My problem is more so with LeBron is if you are the greatest player, if people are saying you are the greatest player, or if people are saying Michael Jordan is the greatest player, why do you need to say it? Michael Jordan has never, ever said he's the greatest player to ever play the game. Why? He's respected all the other players before him. So for LeBron to say that, he's sort of pulling himself out of it.
And it's not just the retired icon stressing him either. Current stars get heated watching him build hand-picked super squads, then turn around and complain about the roster like he didn't create the whole setup. Fans snap whenever he acts untouchable, and the media gets dragged the moment they press him with a real question. From the decision to that dunk tape situation to every new headline blowing up online, LeBron keeps stacking enemies like it's part of the brand. The real question is simple. Does he actually care, or does he enjoy being the villain everyone argues about? Because there's something wild in how every controversy he touches only makes him push harder, like the attention itself fuels him. Now let's keep it 100. LeBron James is easily one of the greatest hoopers to ever touch a court. The stats are solid, the rings are legit, and the longevity is a different level completely. But here's the catch and the part that gets legends heated. LeBron doesn't want to just join the GOAT debate. He wants to close it by crowning himself the final answer. When he said he is the greatest player of all time, it hit the basketball world like a slap across decades of history. And that line right there is what irritates legends like Michael Jordan and even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They don't deny his talent, they just can't stand the self-given crown. But the real question everyone keeps asking is this: what was Michael Jordan's first reaction when he heard LeBron claim he was the greatest ever?
I was ecstatic. Obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. That was all for 52 years of everything in sports going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
It's about chasing the validation. LeBron said, in 2016, winning the NBA championship, coming back from 3-1. That's the thing I felt like made me the greatest of all time. That probably just doesn't annoy Michael Jordan. That probably annoyed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It probably annoyed Magic Johnson.
Get ready, because this whole moment was on another level. What you just saw was comedy, legend energy, and quiet disrespect all in one flash. That face, that sudden laugh, that tiny head shake from MJ said more than LeBron could ever explain in hours of interviews. The man roasted him without speaking a single word. No surprise, the entire clip turned into memes overnight. Every screenshot, every reaction, every pause turned into internet gold because everybody knew exactly what MJ was thinking, even if he never said it out loud. Then Vincent Goodwill jumped in with his take, and the league paid attention. NBA players and experts had plenty to say the moment LeBron crowned himself the GOAT. For example, Danny Ainge, the former Boston Celtics general manager, talked on a radio show, and he dropped his own thoughts that had people talking. And even though Scottie Pippen has had his own messy history with MJ, he still pointed out exactly what bothered him about LeBron's bold claim. He broke it down in a way that made the whole debate even spicier. Just when it felt like nothing else could top the drama, Scottie came back with a take so heavy, it changed the entire conversation. He said something that revealed a lot about who Jordan really was as a person, and it hit fans hard. Then came the moment with the GOAT himself, the six-time NBA champion and the man with all those finals MVP trophies. When someone asked Michael Jordan straight up if he believed he was the greatest ever, his answer was flawless. No bragging, no loud flexing, just that classic MJ calm that hits harder than any speech. And while everyone kept arguing, Jalen Rose stepped in with the most surgical breakdown. He explained their eras, styles, and mindsets in a way that finally made sense and showed exactly why so many legends felt irritated with LeBron's statement.
I don't want it in a sense because I think it disrespects Wilt Chamberlain,
Jerry West, all the guys that prior to me, I never had a chance to play against. What everybody's saying I am, I never had the chance to compete against other legends that was prior to me.
LeBron officially passed Larry Bird and got into the top 5 when he won his final championship, his only championship in Cleveland. In my mind, he still has a way to go clearly to pass Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, 11 championships, 13 years, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
the captain.
And my heart just won't let him pass Magic just yet.
Let's keep it honest because the facts are heavy. LeBron's achievements are huge. 4 NBA titles on 3 different teams, 4 MVPs, and the all-time scoring record with over 40,000 points. The man's resume is built like a trophy warehouse. But to understand why the frustration started and why it never fully faded, you gotta look at the timing. When he first called himself the GOAT, he only had 1 ring, just 1. Meanwhile, legends like Jordan were sitting on 6, Kobe had 5, and Magic had 5, all of them building real dynasties before anyone even dared talk big. So when LeBron crowned himself before fully proving it, it didn't sound like confidence to the older generation. It sounded like disrespect wrapped in spotlight. That's why some people still say greatness is not just what you earn, it's also when and how you speak on it. Another thing that drives critics wild is the nickname King James. Here's the catch. He gave himself that title back in high school before stepping into the NBA. Most legends didn't hand themselves a nickname. Fans or media crowned them once they dominated. Michael Jordan didn't stand up and call himself Air Jordan. Nike did after he started wrecking the league. But LeBron crowned himself king before he had a single pro win, and that rubbed a lot of old school players the wrong way. Even though he became one of the greatest ever, some people still side-eye that early self-crowning. Calling yourself king as a teenager is the kind of move older legends never forgot, and that's why the nickname still sparks arguments today.
Whiny, all the above. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they have given him everything he wanted. They have the highest payroll in NBA history. He wanted J.R. Smith last summer. They paid him. He wanted Shumpert last summer. They bought in Kyle Korver. He's the best player in the world. Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete? Bro, LeBron's a great player and a great guy. But this notion that he's got to have all the best players on his team. He's got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. He want everybody. He don't want to compete. He want to be the favorite all the time. It just pisses me off that a guy that great don't want to compete.
And if anybody still wonders whether Michael Jordan has warm feelings toward LeBron, LeBron himself made things pretty clear on the Pat McAfee show. He showed big respect for MJ, calling him the standard and a real inspiration. But he also slipped in a truth that everybody felt as soon as he said it. LeBron didn't say there was beef, but the message was obvious. Jordan has shown zero interest in building any real friendship with him. And LeBron once admitted openly, "My motivation is this ghost I'm chasing." The ghost played in Chicago. That one line showed his whole mission, proving he's been aiming for Jordan's legacy since day one. Here's the tough reality, and it hits like a punch. Matching Jordan's 6 championships is only half the mission. The real battle is trying to pass MJ's insane global impact and cultural status, something no player on this planet has come close to. Even if LeBron somehow grabs 2 more titles and ties Jordan's 6, he still won't touch MJ's iconic level. Not in public love, not in global reach, not in that legendary mystique. Jordan became the face of basketball at the perfect moment. The entire world was discovering the NBA in the 90s, and he stepped in like a superstar dropped straight onto the world stage. That timing made him larger than the sport itself. LeBron, on the other hand, deals with a whole different storm. He has haters in every direction, and he's consistently labeled the most hated player in the league.
We all know MJ. Even if you don't know him personally, he's one of the most ruthless competitors there is. And till I'm done, and he doesn't have to look at me run up and down wearing the number 23, and every time my name is mentioned with his, he's like, I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Even as he climbed towards superstardom, the backlash started building fast. A lot of it came from him crowning himself before fully proving it. His talent was obviously real, but many NBA players felt his self-praise came too early and too loud. Carlos Boozer even threw in his own comments and added more fuel to that debate. One of the biggest complaints about LeBron is that his own behavior turned him into one of the most polarizing players ever. And nothing shows that better than the infamous Chosen One tattoo across his back. That tattoo became a whole storyline by itself. For anyone who doesn't know the history, Sports Illustrated put 17-year-old LeBron on the cover in 2002 with the headline, "The Chosen One." The hype was already massive, but the moment he tattooed Chosen One across his upper back, people took it as the ultimate sign he was buying into his own legend too early. Instead of keeping things humble and letting the game speak, critics felt he branded himself as basketball's savior before he had even played in the NBA. And by the time 2021 rolled around, every poll showed the same thing. LeBron James had officially become the most hated player in the entire United States. According to Twitter heat map data, LeBron's drama hit a whole new level. In 2022, a huge online betting company ran an analysis on negative tweets about the league's biggest stars over 1 month, and the results were wild. LeBron crushed the rankings with more than 100,000 negative tweets aimed at him. That was more than double Kevin Durant's numbers, and KD was sitting far behind with roughly 35,000. After that came James Harden and Kyrie Irving, trailing lower on the list with their own storms of criticism.
That was LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son. Can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That's what he was doing. For the record, his agent and friend, Rich Paul, has my number. Maverick Carter, who works under him, has my number. LeBron James knows how to get in contact with me if he wanted to. He never called, because had he called and wanted to talk to me, I would have accepted that call. He approached me during the game, and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad.
But here's the twist. LeBron's polarizing image didn't suddenly appear later in his career. The roots go way back. As early as 2008, when a 23-year-old LeBron was still hunting for his first championship, the tension with other players was already loud. After beating LeBron's Cavaliers in a regular season game, Washington Wizards guard Deshaun Stevenson didn't hold back for a second. He said, "He's overrated." And you can say, "I said that." That comment hit the league like a slap that everybody heard. But there was one moment that locked LeBron into the controversial spotlight forever. One move that made fans across the country see him as disloyal and turned his image upside down. Over 13 million people watched it live on TV, and the fallout was brutal. LeBron's huge ESPN special in 2010 called The Decision wasn't just a team switch. It was the moment he lost massive support. Picture this. The hometown hero from just outside Cleveland, the guy everyone believed would bring a championship to his city, goes on national TV for a dramatic 1-hour production. Instead of a simple statement, he ends the show with, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach." Cleveland fans were furious. People felt like he walked out on them without hesitation. Jerseys were burned in the streets that very night, and emotion was running heavy everywhere. The Cavaliers owner even wrote an angry letter calling the move a cowardly betrayal. Even neutral fans thought the whole TV event felt excessive, like LeBron was putting himself above the entire sport before he had even earned a championship ring. The whole country watched the shift happen in real time, and many never looked at him the same again. After The Decision, things got even messier. Forbes officially listed LeBron as one of the most disliked athletes on the planet, and the Miami celebration that followed only made the fire burn hotter. LeBron, Wade, and Bosh threw this huge over-the-top party where LeBron joked about winning not 1, not 2, not 3 championships. That whole moment came off loud and arrogant to a lot of people because these 3 superstars were hyping up rings before playing a single real game together.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
But we also know you 3 kings came down here to win championships. Not 1, championships.
Not 2.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6,
Not 7.
Even Michael Jordan couldn't ignore it. When someone asked MJ if he would ever team up with his biggest rivals, his answer was sharp. He said, "There's no way." With hindsight, I would have ever called up Larry Bird, called up Magic Johnson and said, "Hey, look, let's get together and play on one team." To Jordan, it felt like joining forces like that was an easy road, something he personally would never have done. The wild part is that the Miami experiment actually worked. They grabbed 2 championships and made history, but the damage from that TV special never fully faded. LeBron went from beloved young superstar to the guy people love to clown on. Even after returning to Cleveland and winning a title there and then winning again with the Lakers, that 2010 moment still hangs over his story because in sports, how you make your moves matters just as much as the trophies you win. For a lot of fans, that TV special will always feel like LeBron placing himself above the game, and that's a stain many believe he can't shake. And trust me, we're not done yet. There's another reason his haters bring up nonstop, and it's a moment that still gets talked about years later. Any idea what it is? It's the Jordan Crawford dunk situation from 2009. Here's what went down. Crawford, who was a relatively unknown college player at Xavier back then, threw down a vicious dunk on LeBron during a pickup run at the LeBron James Skills Academy. The whole gym exploded with reactions because nobody expected it. But right after that, Nike representatives reportedly stepped in and confiscated every piece of footage they could find. That move sparked instant rumors that someone was trying to hide a clip that made LeBron look vulnerable. And just like that, the incident turned into another story people used to say LeBron couldn't handle being shown in any moment of weakness. A Nike representative who ran the camp at the University of Akron claimed nothing shady happened. He said the tapes were taken simply because filming after hours pickup runs was against camp rules. But the story flipped fast when Ryan Miller, a freelancer who had been recording all day, said his tapes were grabbed only after the Crawford dunk over LeBron. Miller told reporters that LeBron called Lynn over and whispered something, and minutes later, someone came straight for the footage. The backlash lit up instantly. Critics called it soft and made it sound like LeBron's camp was desperate to control every piece of his image. Even though Nike later returned the tapes and the clip leaked anyway, the damage was already locked in. Haters use this moment as proof that LeBron's team tried too hard to protect the untouchable king persona. And honestly, if LeBron had just laughed it off or even shouted out Crawford for getting one in a pickup game, the moment would have died in seconds. But the whole "let's grab every tape" energy stuck to him. To this day, haters still throw this incident in debates, saying LeBron can't handle looking human even in a random summer gym run. Now let's get into one of LeBron's loudest critics, Charles Barkley. In the summer of 2018, LeBron was standing at another crossroads with Cleveland. Fresh off another finals loss, he publicly pushed the Cavs front office to rebuild the roster, saying the squad was too top-heavy and needed serious defensive help. That's when Charles Barkley, never afraid of speaking his mind, dropped a scorching take that had fans buzzing. "He don't want to compete." Barkley didn't stop either. He doubled down and said this was a bad look for a superstar of LeBron's level. He made it clear he felt a player that great should not be begging for extra help just to stay in the fight. LeBron fired back immediately. He called Barkley a hater and said, "I'm not going to let him disrespect my legacy like that. I'm not the one who threw somebody through a window. I never spit on a kid. I never had unpaid debt in Las Vegas." LeBron fired back saying, "I never said I'm not a role model." Then he doubled down, adding, "I never skipped All-Star Weekend to party in Vegas. For 14 years, I've carried this league the right way, never got in trouble, always respected the game. Print that." His message was loud and clear. He wasn't letting anyone twist his legacy. But that brings us straight into the long-running beef between LeBron James and Paul Pierce, a rivalry that reportedly began after LeBron disrespected the veterans in front of the team. During one intense preseason matchup between the Cavs and Pierce's squad, things turned nasty when Pierce allegedly spat toward Cleveland's bench, said to be right in LeBron's direction.
He completely missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize.
Next, LeBron revealed why he had a sudden outburst.
But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players.
My issue is with LeBron James. And I just want to say for the record, LeBron James is full of it. And in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son, he is a liar. And he went on national television today and he lied again because he continues to lie to the world about what I said and who I was pointing the finger at. To regurgitate an obvious point, when I talked about Bronny James early in the season and I highlighted the fact that at that particular moment in time, he simply was not ready, I was calling out LeBron James. The cameras were rolling, and had I done something, what do y'all want me to do? You want me to act, you want this to be a reincarnation of Chris Rock and Will Smith? And let me state for the record that while we bring up that, let me assure you it wouldn't have gone down like that. I would have gotten my ass kicked. Because had that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on.
If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't stop here. Click one of the videos on your screen to keep the story going. There's plenty more drama, twists, and wild moments waiting for you right now.